After the 2024 Brazilian Grand Prix, Max Verstappen was rightly ranked by many as a true modern time rainmaster. His name seamlessly fits in with the likes of Hamilton, Schumacher, Senna, Stewart or Jim Clark when it comes to wet weather prowess. All these drivers seemingly could extract that little bit more when conditions turned slippery. One name that doesn't immediately come to mind for that list is Max's father Jos Verstappen, even though one of the original Flying Dutchman's best races was at the very wet 2000 Canadian Grand Prix. Verstappen Sr. was driving for Arrows at the time, who for once had built a half-decent car. In Arrows terms, this meant a car capable of fighting for a top 10 position. Mind you, back in those days, points were only awarded for the first 6 places, so these points-paying spots were hard to come by. Usually the first 4 were reserved for the Ferrari and McLaren drivers, so realistically if you didn't drive any of those cars, you only had 2 chances to score points. With big budget teams like Williams, Jordan, BAR or Benetton vying for those spots, teams like Arrows needed to get everything just right to come even close. The Canadian Grand Prix of that year was one of those races for Arrows, or more particularly for Jos Verstappen. For this weekend, Jos sported a special helmet livery with an all-orange design with a lion's head on it, the logo of the KNVB, the Dutch Royal Football Association. This was of course to show his support to his native Holland, who were one of the organizing countries together with their southern neighbours Belgium of the Euro 2000 Football Championship. Now, it might not sound that exceptional these days to sport a special helmet design, but back then one-off helmet liveries were quite a rarity. The new helmet didn't bring him any luck during qualifying though, as he only managed the 13th fastest time, 4 places behind his Spanish teammate Pedro de la Rosa. During the race though, Jos hung around 10th place for a while until rain started to fall around the midpoint. A fine pit stop strategy put him in contention for points, but he still had to fight the faster cars of Ralf Schumacher, Voorts and Trulli. One by one were displaced by the Arrows driver though, who seemed to be very much at ease in worsening conditions. Especially his battle with Voorts was quite spectacular. In the end, Verstappen brought his Arrows home in 5th place, good enough for 2 points. This might not seem like a lot, but it was about 28% of the points tally Arrows would score that whole season. Jos only managed to score points on one more occasion, finishing an even better 4th at the Italian Grand Prix later that year. The Arrows team would end up 7th in the Constructors' Championship, a very decent result for the Leafield squad. Arrows would sadly collapse only 2 years later. It still holds the unenviable record of being the team with most entries without a win to its name, even though they came close on several occasions. The Orange Arrows A21 was quite a stunning car, and Minichamps obviously thought so as well. They had produced a standard 2000 season car for both drivers Verstappen and De La Rosa, and thus this Canadian Grand Prix race specific model too. This one featured the correct rain tires and also the special helmet design Verstappen wore that weekend. However, the helmet on the model is not entirely correct, as the black lion logo of the KNVB is missing due to licensing issues. Luckily, there are aftermarket decals available to rectify this. It's quite impressive that Minichamps decided to make a special version of this car. This was not really a regular thing back then, but the Verstappen models were very popular back in the day, so for some drivers like Schumacher or Verstappen, Minichamps made some exceptions. The Canadian Grand Prix version was a limited edition too, although they made 3,738 pieces of this 1/18th version, which sounds like a lot for a limited run. Normally now I do an unboxing segment, but since it's a rather standard packaging, quite similar to what Minichamps still use to this day, I'm gonna glance over it and go straight to the pros and cons. So for the negatives, I can be rather short. This model is not massively detailed. It's of course almost 25 years old, so you can't expect too much. One of the negatives is of course the lack of cuts in the wing parts. On the front wing there are just these 2 planes, so it wouldn't have been too much work to cut this out, I think, even for back in the day. The rear wing is a bit more complex with about 5 top elements, so it's understandable these aren't cut out. Amazingly, the lower rear wing beam elements do feature gaps in between the planes. Furthermore, then, the figurine is not massively detailed. The belts aren't the best I've ever seen, and of course the special helmet design is incomplete. The old style Minichamps brown visor needs to be mentioned too, although you have to keep in mind that this is a 25-year-old model. This also shows in the lack of carbon texturing on the car's suspension elements, the floor or the diffuser at the back. I mean, to be honest, I'm kinda grasping at straws here. I don't know on what more I could be way too picky about. Well, maybe the wheels, they don't have a tire valve in it or extra markings on the sidewalls of the tires. But yeah, now I'm really getting too critical, even for me. So let's not drag this model down unnecessarily. It really presents well for an old model, and even to today's standards, I think it still holds up exceptionally well. Okay, it's not massively detailed, but cars back then were just so much less complex than modern machines. I don't think Minichamps made any major mistakes in terms of shape, proportion, or even livery-wise. I first thought, since the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is quite a fast track, that the Arrows didn't have such a loaded 5-piece rear wing, but no, judging from the pictures that I found, this seems to be correct. The front suspension also features the pull rod layout the Arrows A21 was known for. The model even has steering functionality, a feature model makers these days have forsaken. The rain tires on the model are a nice attribute too. Back in those days they didn't make too much models with rain tires, as race-specific models weren't that common. Luckily cars didn't change too much either during the season, so altering one specific detail could already make it look very different from the base model. In this case, the race specificness of this model is on point. I don't think I've noticed anything really wrong with this version. A small detail then that I really like are the exhaust pipes that exit in between the rear suspension bars just in front of the diffuser. With some extra decals for the helmets and a few markings added on the sidewalls of the tires, it looks even better than it already was, I think. I always liked the look of this car. The livery is quite fetching, and even though the Arrows team was already in its 24th season in F1 and only had the orange livery for 3 years, well, 2.5 actually, for me the Arrows team will always be orange. I'm glad Minichamps made this race-specific version. It's only when I noticed someone finally made the KNVB Lion logos for the helmet that I decided to search for this model again. I always wanted to add it to the collection, but the missing decal on the helmet bothered me. Now I can finally lay that thought to rest. The model is really very good and still looks the part today, almost 25 years after its initial release. It's cool to see it side by side with a Max Verstappen model. These father-son pairings are amusing, I think, even if Jos wasn't the superstar Max has become. So yeah, I'd say it's still a fine looking model car, and it's a cool memento to a sweet looking car, a perennial underdog team that F1 would love to have in its ranks these days, I think, and a driver that was pretty good on his day and produced one of F1's generational talents. I mean, what's not to like? So this concludes this review of the Arrows A21 by Minichamps. Thanks for watching the video, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did and check out the other content on the channel too, like this video of Max Verstappen's first win car, the Red Bull RB12. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Take care, and until the next time.